Now, we know Phil doesn't do wimpy characters, so no chance of him playing this man here.
No.
No.
He's Popeye's friend. Well spotted, Phil, from all the cartoons. That's J. Wellington Wimpy, whose name inspired a famous burger joint that apparently is making a bit of a comeback.
Today, you can have your burger any way you like it. Fast and cheap, gourmet, trendy, and with a multitude of toppings. The market's come a long way in over half a century, when just one British restaurant was serving them up on our high street. 60 years on, and Wimpy is still here. And despite the British Burger Revolution, it's still sticking to its way of doing things. What's amazing about this is that while the menu may be glossier and more laminated than I recall, there are still items on it that I remember from back in my childhood. The Wimpy Grill, and on the dessert menu there's the ice cream sundaes, and the brown derby, which sounds very much like they used to do when I was a kid. Wimpy first opened in London in 1954, and its low prices created a whole new market in eating out. It took its name from J. Wellington Wimpy, a burger-loving character from the Popeye cartoons.
Come on, Wimpy, hurry up before it's too late.
Throughout the 60s and 70s, it grew to have around 600 stores in Britain. It dominated the UK burger market and was part of the cultural fabric, providing a backdrop for Dudley Moore in Bedazzled.
For 6 years now, ever since you came to Wimpy's, I've been in love with you. I only live to hear your voice.
1 cheeseburger, 1 shanty, 1 portion French fries.
But the good times couldn't roll forever. This bit of British Americana was soon under threat from real Americans. In 1974, the first McDonald's opened, and their speedy, newfangled counters started to make Wimpy's traditional waitress service look a little old-fashioned. Even Wimpy management were impressed with the American way of doing things.
I think the American invasion showed us just how popular catering could be done. We previously didn't think it was possible to achieve the sorts of standards of service and hygiene that is typical in America. And so we very quickly looked to what we were doing and set about changing it.
So they emulated McDonald's counter-style service in most of their restaurants. But those branches were taken over by Burger King in 1989. Today, there are 1,700 McDonald's and Burger Kings competing with the remaining table service Wimpys. There were once many, many, many branches of Wimpy. There are now 100.
Yeah.
So are you trying to trade on a certain nostalgia?
I don't think we can walk away from 60 years of history, but what we can do is look towards the future, menu design, restaurant design, our offering, and build on that offering.
There's no thought of trying to ape the other fast food restaurants on the high street and put your burgers on a tray and get people to do self-service?
No, not at this moment in time. We're table service, we're waiters, we're waitresses. You want a cup of tea, you'll get a cup of tea in a china cup, served in a teapot. There is something different about Wimpy.
And their die-hard customers do seem a loyal bunch.
For me, it's from childhood, and given the option, this is where I would bring my children.
I'm 91, Rose is 94.
I'm 94.
And how often do you come?
At least once a week, and sometimes twice a week.
Upmarket sit-down burger chains have emerged as further competition. But while a burger and chips there can cost up to a tenner, at Wimpy, prices are closer to fast food outlets at less than a £5. So does that combination of the fast food prices and table service appeal to a younger generation of diners that I've invited from a local college? Good burger, bad burger?
No, it's a really, really good burger. It tasted like proper meat.
But would they eat here again? Jed?
No. In my daily life, I don't have the time to come in and sit down.
Kat?
I definitely would. I think there is a definite need for sitting around the table and the quality time with your friends, your family, and actual conversation.
Zoe?
There's nothing wrong with the food. I think it's great, but I'd want to take it away with me.
Will Wimpy survive? Well, it is a historic brand on the British High Street, and I like to think that after 60 years, it still has a future.